A homeless man was arrested and jailed for charging his cell phone in public. He spent the night in a Southwest Florida jail after a police officer accused him of, quote, stealing by charging his cell phone at a public park. The arrest says that the Sarasota police sergeant spotted 28-year-old Darren Kersey charging his phone in a public picnic shelter at Gillespie Park. The sergeant told him that the, quote, theft of city utilities will not be tolerated during this bad economy.
Oh, she's on her phone.
Oh yeah.
Is that an iPad?
You got
fuck yeah.
Everybody got a cell phone. I was downtown on Skid Row. I seen a homeless guy talking to his cell phone. He was bumming for change while he was talking on his cell phone. Everybody I got a homeless guy live outside my building. He got more minutes on his phone than me. I'm like, somebody call Sprint up. I need a homeless plan. How many minutes he got?
Homeless dude on the corner rocking a cell phone. How the f*** you homeless and got a cell phone?
The video I've just shown you is comprised of several examples of upset reactions to homeless individuals using cell phones. A homeless person can't have a cell phone, right? Judging by these reactions, the mere idea of it seems absurd to most. Countless videos like these have been uploaded online, but it might surprise the uploaders and perhaps some of you to know that homeless people having cell phones is actually quite common. A study published by the Journal of Urban Health states that a stunning, quote, 70.7% of homeless patients visiting emergency departments had cell phones. Hi, my name is Max Marsh, and today I will be speaking on cell phones and usage of new media as a potential lifesaver for the homeless population across the globe. Homelessness is an issue that plagues almost every nation today. This problem not only affects third world countries like Nigeria, but also well-established first world countries such as Germany and the United States. I see homeless people right here in this town where I'm giving this presentation, despite it being a relatively small town. I haven't visited a city that doesn't have a homeless population. The latest global survey on homelessness, conducted in 2005 by the United Nations, states that there were, quote, 100 million people who are completely homeless. The homeless are also plagued with harmful stereotypes. MentalHelp.com tells us that while these stereotypes paint homeless people as vagrants who live on streets willingly and take welfare and refuse to work, in most cases this depiction is simply unfounded and untrue. You might see a homeless person in your daily life and be unaware of it. Homelessness is all around us and often remains simply unseen. Most people who are homeless are normal, average people who have happened to lose their jobs, have fallen below the poverty line as a result, and have to live homeless until they can find another job. Many homeless people even have college degrees. Even still, most of society chooses to view everybody in this tragic state as blights on humanity. Homeless people are victims of such hate because of unbacked prejudice when really they need more help and compassion than anyone else. This is, of course, not accounting for those who help the less fortunate through the means of homeless shelters, soup kitchens, food pantries, the like. Despite their helpful intent, it's not like these places are prominent or advertised. They don't buy billboards, and some of these buildings don't even have signs outside indicating what they are. How are homeless people supposed to find these places as well as finding transport to them? How can we help the homeless by finding a way for them to find the resources that they need to rehabilitate? Well, picture for a moment for me that you are homeless. You've lost your job due to downsizing out of your control, and you've been evicted due to inability to pay rent. You slept in this alley last night. What do you need now in this situation? I'm guessing you need the basics. You need water, you need food, you need a place to sleep. What about transportation to a shelter via subway or any other public means? All of these things can be located with a cell phone. I'd argue that cell phones provide the best way for the less fortunate to find help and housing. The Guardian reports that despite cell phones being seen as an unnecessary extravagance, for many homeless people, they are a lifeline by being the best way for them to find the help and support they need to survive. Homeless Hub tells us that phones are cheaper than we normally consider them, with pay-per-minute plans making, quote, access to one's social support network more feasible for homeless individuals. These plans allow people to only pay for exactly what they need to use, saving valuable resources. However, I feel that cell phones have the potential to be even more helpful than they already are for homeless people. Homeless help programs are primarily funded by volunteer organizations, such as Volunteer for America. I believe that a fantastic aid to these organizations could come in the form of a mapping application, specialized for the homeless cause. Since practically all cell phones now have GPS, why shouldn't we take advantage of this? This program could rely on the volunteers that run these organizations to put their facilities on an all-encompassing map, tailor-made for homeless people to get the help they need. This could be made feasible with the help of companies like Google, which already likes to donate money towards good causes and already has a reliable mapping system that could be used as a base. Who's used Google Maps before? Everybody in here likes Google Maps. Of course you do. With enough coordination, I believe this solution is very, very feasible. This application would not only rely on the volunteers who serve the homeless, but also the homeless themselves. Think about it. A homeless woman finds a church that offers the service of a food pantry to anyone who needs it, or a kitchen that serves free lunch on Tuesdays. All that would need to be done is for her to record her location on the map, provide a few details, and then we have free knowledge that everyone with the app can access. The same principle could be applied to subway systems, homeless shelters, everything. This will make sure the app is useful for homeless people because it's made by homeless people. This idea is an extension of some apps that are already out there with the purpose of helping homeless people. Transfer Nation is an app made to redistribute food to those who need it, cutting down on wasted foods. Their mantra is redistribute, repurpose, restore. HandUp's goal is to encourage people to directly donate wish list items to homeless people on the street. You get the idea. These have potential to be helpful. There's no arguing that. However, I personally find that the use case of these apps is a little too specific. They rely more on the common man rather than the volunteers who have already made it their mission to help homeless people. See, the purpose of this application that I've provided, if you will, is to enable the people who are already helping to help more than ever before, rather than trying to create new volunteers like these other apps. Mobile phones are the ultimate solution to the issue of homelessness. Phones are common in practically every country nowadays, even among the homeless. The pieces are therefore already in place for a true app-based solution to homelessness. An app built for homeless by homeless and volunteers who wish to help is the best way to ensure that they receive proper care. Thank you for your time.